her left arm as they walk down the ramp and exit the competition area, and a really big round of applause from the remaining crowd in here. Really generous support. Thanks very much for everyone in here, because that was a good contest. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. And now the next pair of competitors take their or make their way up the ramp. It's AKIN Nazan of Turkey. Beg your pardon. Yes, it is. Yeah. Nazan AKIN of Turkey, and she faces Ivomira MIHAYLOVA of Bulgaria. David Stanley is in the middle for this contest. A big chair goes up for the Turkish fighter, Nazan AKIN. She gives a wave and punches the air as she steps forward. And she's up against Ivomira MIHAYLOVA of Bulgaria, who bows as she comes onto the contest area, and both the corner judges. Hand over their fighters to the referee, who invites the fighters to step forward to take hold, and then once he's happy that they're nice and relaxed, he calls Hajime, and we get underway with this plus 78 kilo category, and they go immediately to ground, where the Bulgarian MIHAYLOVA is defending against an attempted shimiwaza, attempted strangle from Nazan AKIN of Turkey. There's another buzzer going off, and that's from the adjoining mat, and that has to do with Montero of Venezuela and Wang Song of China. It's the Chinese who leads there. He's just thrown Montero actually for a second Wazari, and there was already the Wazari from penalties on the board, so Sogogachi it is. Wang Song winning there. Technique attempted there by the Turkish fighter, bringing up a Yuko Nazan AKIN, scoring there. 4:25 left on the clock as the referee brings the fighters back to the middle. This is in the plus 70 kilo category. And he calls Hajime, and we're underway again with Nazan AKIN attacking there with Ochigari. MIHAYLOVA needs her opponent to be nice and close in, so that she can get a feel for exactly where she is. That way she can launch some of her attacks. The referee leads the fighters back to the start point, where they're brought back to the middle of the mat. You take a grip, and the referee is referee's happy that the stance is okay and that they're comfortable enough, and he calls Hajime. Yuko off a hip technique from the Turkish fighter Nazan AKIN, so she goes further ahead. 2 Yukos now, the lead. That's on mat number 1. They go to the near side of the competition area. And the referee calls Mate, stands them back up after the hip technique had scored Yuko for Nazan, and they are back in the middle of the mat, where the referee is now giving MIHAYLOVA a passivity warning, and she acknowledges that fact, and they take hold again. At the same time on mat number 2, Tony Walby of Canada has begun his contest with Jimenez of Cuba. That one's just got underway in the plus 100 kilo category. Just the 2 contests left on mat 2 now. This one, Walby and Jimenez Dominguez, and Zakiev and Masaki to follow. MIHAYLOVA taking a little bit of time to get to her feet. Let's hope that she's okay. She's going to put a bit of weight on the right leg for the first time as she walks back to her start point. It's a little bit more comfortable than it was when she first looked to get to her feet. She takes a grip of her opponent, and the referee calls Hajime, and they get back underway. Turkish fighter throws in another hip technique, but it's unsuccessful, and the referee calls Mate once the 2 fighters separate from each other and there's no longer a grip, and he leads both the fighters back to the middle of the mat and to their start points, with the Turkish fighter taking her spot on the white spot. She's in the white judogi, and the Bulgarian taking her spot on the blue piece of tape that's placed there and indicating where they should stand. Well, she's just received a passivity warning, so there are now 3 Yukos on the board for the Turkish fighter. And another one goes on the board after that left-sided hip technique attempt there from AKIN. So a good lead built up here by the Turkish fighter. And MIHAYLOVA not quite up to getting off one of her own attacks yet. The referee calls Hajime, and we're back underway. Again, the Turkish fighter going left-sided. She hasn't quite come up with a score on this occasion, and now she's got a chance to attack in Nevaza. First of all, she tries to work a strangle. And it's not there, so the referee calls Mate and stands the pair back up. 2 minutes and 42 seconds left to go. It's the Turkish fighter Nazan AKIN leading by 4 Yukos here. And she's going to have to get busy here, is MIHAYLOVA, because one more penalty and she's going to lose out. Just not being able to keep up with the pace. Maybe the knee injury is troubling her a little bit, but she really needs to get going here. 2 minutes and 30 odd seconds left to go. She's fighting a busy little Nazan AKIN, and he's already put in 4 scoring attacks as the Turkish fighter, and then of 3 scoring attacks, and then that penalty is what was done for the third Yuko. The referee's got both fighters in the middle of the mat, and he's just guiding MIHAYLOVA back to the middle of the mat, where he'll invite them to take hold before calling Hajime. He does now. We're back underway with 2 minutes and 24 seconds left on the clock. MIHAYLOVA really needs to get an attack in here, as he does with a Makikomi, but she hasn't got enough of the arm, and AKIN is able to block that without too much trouble. And she's attempting a turnover, but it's not a technically adept one, and the referee realizes that it's not going anywhere. He calls mate, and you'll stand the two fighters up and then bring them back to the middle of the mat. 2 minutes left in this contest between AKIN and MIHAYLOVA. The referee calls Hajime, and we're back underway, and there's another left-sided hip technique attempted by AKIN. This time it doesn't score, and she just has to defend on the ground, and the referee calls mate, stands both the fighters up and brings them back to the middle of the mat, and he invites AKIN to come forward, and they engage again, so there won't be a match-ending Shido here. Minute 54 left to go. This time the Turkish fighter with the Koshigaruma attempt, it doesn't come off, but I think this may be it now for Ivomira MIHAYLOVA, and the referee is likely to call an end to this. Haven't seen enough attacking intent from the Bulgarian MIHAYLOVA, and as a result I think he's going to issue the final penalty, and then Sakumake it'll be. You need to keep up a good rate of attacks, and unfortunately for MIHAYLOVA she hasn't, and she's going to be penalized out of this. So Nazan Akan of Turkey takes that contest over Ivomira MIHAYLOVA of Bulgaria. Just to let you know what's happening with Tony Walby of Canada on mat number 2. He's up against Jimenez of